Okay, in order to do this assignment, we're going to go ahead and open up W09 Try right from the start. Be ready to go with that document, please. If you don't remember how to download stuff from the Google Classroom, remember it's select it and then click on the three dots and then click on the bucket with the arrow going into it. And then you're going to get a little thing at the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, and you can click on that. Tell it to always open this kind of document. That'll save you some time next time. And then go back into the little up arrow thing again, and that'll show you the open, and then you can just open it from there. Works fine, lasts a long time. All right, we're going to give our online buddies a little bit more time to get in here before we get started. Oh, in the meantime, though, Group 1 participants here, while I have you. Word of the day, quote of the day for week 2. I don't think anybody here did this assignment. I don't think anybody did the word of the day, quote of the day, because I've got zeros for everybody. What is up with that? This one is a little bit more difficult than usual because this one requires you to get the information correct. But whenever you get it wrong, a little thing pops up underneath it in red saying exactly what it is that you need to type in. So you need to make sure to go ahead and type that in correctly, and then it'll let you go ahead and pass on to the next stuff. Okay? Be sure you're not doing stuff like if you type in somebody's name, putting an extra space after the person's name, like once you're done with the last name, you type in an extra space. That will not help you. Be sure to put in punctuation. Be sure to capitalize things correctly. All of those things will help you out and get you where you need to go faster. Okay, that'll help you get the word of the day, quote of the day done that much faster. But everybody needs to get that turned in. Nobody did it. That's shocking. Also, W8 practice was due last week, so that needs to get done also. Anybody? Come on, people. Come on, people now. Smile on your brother. Everybody get together. Try to love right now. Amazingly, this is all going to be recorded. Marcos, over the nose. Giving it a direct path. Okay. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started because it's 9:30 right now. Everybody should be in the book on page 160. And they should also have the W09 Try file from the Google Classroom downloaded, your own copy available and ready to go. All right, so what we're doing today in chapter 9 is we are doing lesson 9, formatting graphics objects. Okay, that basically means like your little pictures, your little shapes and things like that, making them act a certain way, doing the things that you need to do to get them to be the way that you need them to be. Okay, because sometimes the things pop up and it's like, yeah, that's cool and everything, but it's not really what I had in mind. For example, whenever you go ahead and open up one of those hearts, like when you're doing shapes, it shows up in blue. And it's like, blue is not the color of hearts. Come on now. Wet my whistle a little bit here. All right, so one of the first things that it says is to start Word and open up W09 Try. We have already done that. Saving it to where it needs to go. Let's go ahead and handle that right now. First off, you go to File, and let's go Save As. And if you've been doing this for a little bit, you should be able to find an instance of your H drive. Okay, you should be able to find an instance of your H drive on there. If not, browse for it. I'm going to turn off the lights so everybody can see the overhead as necessary. Okay, and you could save to the desktop because this is a try if you want to, or you could save to your H drive if you feel like it. Just scroll down the side here as necessary, find the thing that says this PC, and then scroll down and find the one that's got your student ID number on it and the network locations down here. And that's your H drive, and that's where you can save it. Now, so like I mentioned before, if you are working out of your H drive, that means that anywhere in the school district really, that you want to access this H drive, you can do it. You can probably also do it at the mobile hotspots, like where they park the buses with the mobile hotspots. You could probably go around to those and access these school districts' Wi-Fi servers and have access to your H drive. But if you are not going to be around one of those things in the near future, and you need to get some access to a file that you're working on, what you can do is you can drop that file into your drive, into your Google Drive, and then you'll at least have access to it, and you can do some Google Docs type of work in it. Okay, so if you don't finish an assignment here in class and you're kind of out of in-school time, drop it into the Google Drive and then pull it up as a Google Doc if necessary. All right. Okay, so next thing that we are talking about here is displaying non-printing characters and rulers. If you don't have these backwards-looking P characters, then go ahead and click on the little backwards-looking P character thing up here. Make sure that you've got those things, okay? And if you don't have the ruler, as always, you must view the ruler. View the ruler. That is the way that you get the ruler on your document. You must view the ruler. All right, so in order to make changes and do things to pictures, you must click on said picture. So let's go ahead and click on this beautiful kind of ish. I don't know if I want to go to that beach. It's a little rocky. You got to go to this picture of this beach scene right here and click on it. Okay. Now, notice when you click on it, you get this little button right here, this layout button. It's got something like a picture, which is just basically like a little arch. And it's got some blue lines which indicate words on it. And that is the layout, okay? Basically, these pictures can be laid in certain ways so that maybe they go around the words, maybe the words go around them, maybe they're underneath the words, maybe they're on top of the words, and the words flow underneath them, okay? When you have something that like just generally inserted into the document like this, this is called inline with text. Basically, the picture acts like letters, okay? And the height of the picture basically becomes the height of that sentence, okay, in the row, okay? The height of that row right there. It's like they're just going to like leave a big giant blank space if it's lit. Now, if the picture is a lot smaller, okay, if the picture is a lot smaller, then it's not as big a deal, right? Okay, but if the picture is a normal sized picture, and that means you have like this gigantic space above the words that's just completely not being used, and that's no bueno. Okay, so if you use the layout options, you can change that. You can make it to where they have a thing called text wrapping, where the text moves around the picture as necessary, depending on where the picture is. If there's some blank space to the right, it moves into that blank space to the right. If there's some blank space to the left, it moves that way. If you put it in the center, it puts the words on the left and right around it. Okay, so let's try what it says in the book. Click the layout options button, and then on step 5 it says click square. Square text wrapping, which is the first version of text wrapping. Right here, clicky. Aha, excellent. Much better use of space. Okay, much better use of space. The picture is now allowing text wrapping, which means that the words go around it and don't waste the space that's on there. Okay? All right, now do it again. Now there's another one that says behind text. Click on that one. And now the words appear above the picture. Okay, now, is that a good idea? Everybody look at the picture right now. Is that a good idea, really? Can you see the words effectively whenever it's like that? I don't know. I don't think so. You have to really pay attention to your coloring, okay? You have to pay attention to the color layout. For starters, this thing just basically does not look good because of the fact that there are some dark areas of this picture and you have dark letters. And those letters will not show up in that dark background. Therefore, the words disappear into the picture, and that's not a good thing. Now, is it always like that? No. No, sometimes pictures are appropriately like light and dark variant. You know, they've got good, they call that contrast, and you can actually see the words on top of the picture, and that's fine. Now, let's do another one. The Picture Tools Format tab. Okay, Picture Tools Format tab, that's this right here. Whenever you're clicked on a picture, you have these picture tools, and you click on Format. Remember, it's a contextual tab based on the context of what's going on. You're clicked on a picture, you got a lot of picture stuff. Okay, in the Arrange group, this is the Arrange group. See, it's got the word arrange here. This is the arrangement. Okay, this is another way to get to the wrap text thing. Okay, here's another wrap text option. Click on it and go with inline with text again. Okay, and it goes back to the way it was at the start. Now click off of the picture. Bada boom, bada bing, you're back where you were. Okay. Moving and positioning an object, you can grab objects when you're over an object. You see that you've got that four arrow type of clicker, pointer button, and you can move it. Now, notice that when you click and drag a picture, but you are in line with text, then it goes and says, okay, well, see that line there that keeps moving? That means that I'm going to drop it in between those two words. Okay, if I move this picture, I'm going to drop it in between those two words. Okay, that is one way of doing it. There are better ways of doing things, though. You can also cut and paste. You can nudge things in certain directions with the arrow keys. Like, for example, I just take this and, it's not doing it right now. Okay, fine, I won't do it. But if you have it set to not in line with text, basically you can take this picture and use the arrow keys to nudge them along in certain directions. Okay, so lots of different ways to move and position the arrow. Let's take a look at how these go. Okay, for starters, go ahead and once again click on the picture. Okay, position your pointer to where it's over the thing and you got the 4 arrows. Drag the picture to the end of the first paragraph of text. Move it to where it's behind the word seen here. Definitely after the period. Okay, because you don't want the period to be on the other side of the picture. That would be dumb. Okay. Now, when the vertical bar of the move pointer displays between the period at the end of the paragraph and the paragraph mark, which is right here, let her go. Release. Release the hounds. All right, you dropped it in there, and there you go. Oh, by the way, if anybody wanted an example of what justify type alignment means, like this is like you got center, you got left, you got right, center. Justify. Okay, this is justify. You can notice that the words are given a little bit of extra spacing so that the words touch the left side and the right side of the document. That is justify alignment right there. That's a good example of what justify alignment does. Okay, so you moved it to the end of the paragraph. Okay, now notice how everything went and moved around it. All right, now click the picture again. Picture Tools Format tab one more time. Okay, go to the Arrange group. Once again, the Arrange group. Now let's use this thing called Position. Let's scroll out a little bit so that you can see the full effect here. The Position basically just shoves it into a certain area of the document. Okay, click on that drop-down menu for the Position, Grouping, and in the With Text Wrapping section, click the style on the right end of the top row, Position in top right corner. Okay, Position in top right corner with square text wrapping. That's this one. Notice you can also see a preview of what would happen, but each of these is basically positioning it either in the corner or in the center of the top or the middle or the something like that. Okay, so this positioning thing just basically brushes everything aside and puts it in a particular corner of the document based on where the margins are. Okay, so click on that top right. Bada bing. Now we have text wrapping. We have everything moving around it. We have everything like making sure that it's not getting in the way. And this picture is all the way up to the top of the margin here. and all the way over to the side of the margin there. Okay? Now, let's go ahead and once again, in the picture tools area, you have the align. Okay? If you open it up a little bit more, this one, in your arrange area, you've got the align type of thing. Okay? And you can align it left, center, and right. You can align it top, middle, and bottom. You can distribute multiple ones, like you can equally space them out horizontally or equally space them out vertically. Okay? You can also do something where you're viewing grid lines and you can make a real exact placement if you wanted to. Okay? Let's see what the book says to do here. Okay, so we know that this is the align button. Okay, and we want to verify that the align to margin option is selected. So the align to margin. See, mine is, it's got a little check mark on it. Align to margin is checked. So make sure that you click yours if it does not have a check mark, and it will give you a check mark, and it will be aligning to margins. And then go back up to here and say align left. So instead of being on the top right, now we're going to go to the top left. Okay. Once again, with the picture still selected, click on the mouse, click on the picture, hold it down the mouse button until the green alignment things display. Not zoomed in enough. All right, so if the guides do not display like it was just doing with me, which I suspected was goofy. All right, see this one right here which says use alignment guides? If you don't have a checkbox on that, click on it, give yourself a checkbox on it, on use alignment guides. And now click and drag the picture and you will see that there are little green lines that show up which indicate that you are aligned to certain positions. For example, right now I'm aligned to the top part of this paragraph. Okay? As you see there, as I go left to right, at a certain point it clicks with another another green line, and that means that I am directly centered in the document. Okay? If I go up a little bit more, I can align myself with the title, Martha's Vineyard Beach Scene, or I could go down and align myself with the second paragraph, or perhaps with these with the sun here. The alignment grid lines, these green lines, will cause you to be able to see that you are exactly on line with the other stuff in the document. Okay? Drag down until the horizontal alignment guide indicates that the top of the picture is aligned with the top of the title text. Okay? So that's this basically. Okay? You want a green line on the left-hand side saying that you're on the left-hand side of the screen. And you want to drag it down until you've got a green line that's both on the top of the picture and above the Martha's Vineyard beach scene. Release. Now you are perfectly aligned. Did everybody get that? Is everybody golden on that part right there? Everybody got it? Thumbs up if you got it. Thumbs up if you're able to get it. Yes, yes. Gary, how you doing? Okay. Destiny, how you doing over there? Okay. Sarah, good to go? All right. Emery? Good, good, good. All right. Now scroll down if necessary. Click the sun. Click on the sun. Remember what I said about pictures? There's a yellow spot in the pictures, which means that you can choose to change certain aspects of these pictures. That's always fun. Yay. Any sun. All right. Click the layout options tab. Okay. Choose text wrapping. Okay. Or you could use this one and use toit text wrapping. Ich toit like a tiger. You guys don't know Austin Powers, so that joke's lost on you. All right. Now, you're about to see something kind of weird and crazy. The tight text wrapping option basically uses any little nook and cranny that it can shove a word into, as long as it's not messing with the picture. Okay, now with the shape still selected, drag upwards until the horizontal alignment guide indicates the top of the shape is aligned with the top of the last paragraph of text. Okay, make sure the left side of the shape is still aligned with the left margin. All right, notice, take it through the middle part just for fun. Notice how some of the words, like you see the box that's around it, you see the box that's around the shape, right? And you can actually see that some of the letters are inside of the shape. At certain points, some of the letters are actually inside of the shape. That is the tight text wrapping. Now, if you do something fun like making it a really skinny star, you can really get them in there. You can really get those to be tight in there. Okay, but the fatter the sun, the harder it is to get it in there without touching on the shape. Okay, now okay, so what you want to do with this sun is you want to drag it until it is in line with the last paragraph. There we go, right there. Okay, so this is the position that you want. In line with the last paragraph of text. Okay, so the top of the sun is aligned with the last paragraph of the text that starts with the "I like this picture" part. Okay, it goes a little bit over the picture, but that's fine. All right, and you can see when you got the picture selected, this beach word is inside of the picture area. Okay, because that's got tight text wrapping. Okay, it'll go into the picture a little bit if it thinks it's got some background room necessary. Okay, now step 15, position the mouse pointer over the shape's rotational handle. That's this little rotating symbol right here. Click it and rotate it. Okay, so it so it resembles a circular arrow. Now go ahead, yeah, click and hold on that. Click and hold on this little circular thing here. And if you pull it, drag the rotational handle about a ½ inch to the left to rotate the picture counterclockwise, which means go this way. Go this way. All right, you can rotate it all the way around if you really want to. Okay, I think it basically means that what you want to do is you want to make the stars do like this, where the like the little pointers to the stars, there's 2 on the top, 2 on the right, 2 on the left, 2 on the bottom. Set it up to where it's like that. Okay? Now, when you still have the picture, you can nudge it with the left and right arrow keys. Nudge it. Okay? Now, you're nudging, nudge it down until the shape no longer overlaps the picture. There you go. Now, click on the picture. Click on the format. In the arrange group, once again, in the arrangement group, this one right here with the triangles, flippy triangles looking thing. Okay, you got a white triangle, you got a black triangle, looks like there's an arrow indicating that they're going from one to another. This is rotational and flippy flop stuff. You can rotate these pictures using this manually, 90 degrees, without like having to use the little drawing angle thingy. Okay? One of the other things you can do is flip flop. Flipping it vertical means that the picture goes upside down. Flipping it horizontal means left becomes right and right becomes left. Basically turns it around. what you end up having is a mirror image. So flip horizontal. Okay. Now flip vertical. Craziness and insanity. Now, you can rotate 90 degrees, do it again, rotate right or left 90 degrees twice, and you've undone the vertical flip. Okay? So, horizontal flipping causes the picture to become a mirror image of itself. See that? Vertical flipping means that it goes upside down. Okay? All right? Good times. Layering and grouping objects. Okay, click on the sun. Okay, go to position, top center. Put it in top center. Oh, I was on the wrong thing. Click on the sun, position it top center. Okay, now it's a little bit on top of stuff and a little bit in the way of things. Okay, go to the arrange group. You've got bring forward and send backwards options. Bring forward means that it's going to be on top of something. It's going to be on top, like there's layers of stuff. If you don't realize that there's like layers of stuff, okay? Everything exists in a layer, okay? The sun right now is above the picture, and the picture is above the text, basically, or they're on the same level. But the sun is above both of them. If you change that to where it moves backwards, then the sun will be underneath the picture and the words, okay? Now, the shape selected in the arrange group, use the send backwards button. Okay, now the sun is behind the picture. Okay, if you click on the bring forward button, the shape comes back in front of the picture. Okay, now click on the picture. Click on the picture. Now we're going to do something where we select multiple items. Hold shift down. Hold down the shift key. Click on the shape to select the shape also. Let go of the shift key. Now both of these are selected at the same time, kind of like when you do control. Now, on the picture group, picture formatted group, in the arrange group, go to group objects. Okay, picture tools. Okay, in between your flippy flop rotate objects thing and your aligning objects thing is another one, which is grouping objects. You can take these objects and you can tell them, hey, you guys stick together no matter what. Go ahead and group them. Now you've got one big square with both of those items in it. Okay? Now notice what happened though to your text. The picture was in square text wrapping, and that one overrode, so it's not tight like a Toiger around this anymore. It's now squared with everything in this picture. Now click it again and you ungroup it, and it goes back to being two things again. Okay? Now, a lot of different ways that you can format this. You can have outlines. You can have 3D setups. You can have shadows. You can fill it with colors. You can change the different tones and color things on it. It's pretty cool what you can do with these pictures. Okay, let's see. Now, click off for the pictures. Click off. Anywhere else, get them unclicked. All right, now right-click on the sun shape. Click on the style button right here. Click on this style button. Right-click on the sun, click on style. Now, if you don't like that sun style, you can choose to change that sun style. It could be a green sun. It could be a red sun, which is bad for Superman, as everyone knows. All right, go to gradient fill, gold accent 4, which is this color group right here is the gold. And one of these will say gradient fill. What gradient fill means is that it goes from like lighter to darker areas. That's a subtle effect. What's that? Colored outline. Oh, so you may have to scroll down. Here we go. This should be it right here. Gradient fill. Nope, that's intense effect. Colored fill. Aha, gradient fill. This one here. All right, gradient fill, gold accent 4, no outline. So you got to scroll down all the way to the bottom of your options, and it's this one in the gold column here. Okay, click on it. Gradient fill basically means you go from one color to another color. Ooh, pretty. It's fancy. It's some fancy stuff there. Woo! It's pretty. All right, now right-click on the picture once again. Click on the style. Okay. There are other theme fills also available to you. Those are all right, but they're not great. Okay. All right, let's go to the Picture Tools Format tab. There's a thing on here, over here, where you've got the ability to change the shape, color, the fill. Now, the fill is the main color. The next one down is the outline. If you change the outline color, you can change how the outline of the shape looks. You can even make it even heavier weight, which means that the lines get darker around the object. Does everybody see how that works? That is the outline. Okay, so you got shape color, where you can change the color of the object, and then you got outline, which changes the color of the outline of the shape. But there is also a third option where you can do all kinds of cool, groovy, interesting things. For example, this little shape right here, click the drop-down menu, go to the one that says bevel, B-E-V-E-L, and bevel rectangle, circle, relaxed inset, cross, cool slant. Which one was it? Where's the rectangle? Come on, rectangle. Oh my gosh. Riblet. Divot. Okay, we don't have time for this nonsense. Let's just go ahead and say circle on the bevels. Wow, look, fanciness, shading. Ooh, pretty. Daddy likes. Okay, now, once more into the picture effects. Shadow, we can give it a shadow that goes around it. Let's see, give me the perspective. The perspective one's down here. That gives a little shadow underneath it. The other ones have an inside shadow and an outside shadow, but this one definitely has more of a shadowy effect to it. Perspective, diagonal upper. That should be this first one here. Yes. Diagonal upper left. Do this perspective right here in the shadow group. Now you can notice that there's a little shadow behind the sun underneath it. Ooh, fancy pictures. Fancy. Okay. Now I already showed you shape fill, changing the picture color. I also showed you the outlines already. Did that before. So shape fill changes color. Shape outline changes the outline. You can change the weight. You can make it thicker. Make it more of a definite edge to it kind of thing. Okay. Now, a real quick way to adjust that thing is the adjustment group. Okay. Picture Tools Format tab. Adjust group. Where did you go, little shape? Ah. So click on the picture, go to the format for the picture, and there's adjustments that can be made here. Corrections. You can change the darkness and the contrast and the saturation and tone and stuff. For example, if your picture is too dark, you can increase the brightness of it. Okay? If your picture doesn't have enough detail, you can change the contrast. Okay? The contrast makes the colors sharper. You just got to be careful. Don't do too much sharpness and brightness. You'll just end up washing everything out in white. Let's choose one of these, like this one right here. This one's not quite. All right, so it's on this one right here. You can tell because it's got a gray outline on it. Okay, let's increase the contrast a little bit. Go down to the next one. That's a correction. You can also make color corrections, where it's like you increase it to like saturating, like serious color saturation. You can also change the entire coloration scheme. You can turn it into a yellow picture, or a blue picture, or a green picture. See that? That's pretty cool. That's pretty smooth. Okay. We're not going to follow what the book says here because we're just kicking around with this stuff. Okay, so that's recoloring. Artistic effects are kind of fun. Artistic effects actually make it look like different kinds of art styles. Like, for example, this one makes it look like it was created using little tile blocks. Some of these look like watercolors and stuff. Some of these look like little pencil sketches and things like that. If you ever wanted to say, hey, I screwed up, I need to get this original picture back, go ahead and click on this reset picture right here in the picture tools, and it goes back to being the original picture that it was at the start. Yay. So yeah, so like blurry image, picture, like done with pencils, okay, done with stippling, okay, line drawings, from behind a glass screen, okay, ooh, fancy glowy edgy stuff. Lots of different options to make your picture look really special. Isn't that special? All right. Now, text boxes. Everybody select this Martha's Vineyard beach scene text over here. Try not to get the pictures in it. Okay. Now, once again, highlight this stuff. Go to Insert. Go to Text Box. Draw a text box. That makes it a little text boxy kind of box. Okay, I would move it from out from behind the picture. Now you can do stuff at the Home tab like selecting italics and selecting underlines and stuff. But another thing that you can also do is go to your drawing tools because it's a text box now, and you can format the entire box using these theme styles. You just got to be careful to not do something like this. If you got blue text, don't select a blue background. That would be stupid because then you can't read it. Okay? You can do lots of cool things with this stuff, automatically changing it to various different things. Okay? Another thing you can do is you can actually rotate these text boxes. You can even rotate them 90 degrees if you want to. All right, changing shapes. We already talked about changing shapes. Adding text to a shape. If you have a shape like the little sun there, you can actually click on it and type up stuff into the shape. Okay. Adding captions, read up on that. Shouldn't be too hard for you to figure out. Okay, let's go ahead and call it a day. And I will see you guys tomorrow, or Wednesday as it were, with the AB schedule.